Guys, I didn't want to have any arm wrestling contests with any of them, I can tell you that. They're good, strong guys. That's what they want to do. They love to dig coal. That's what they want to do. They don't want to do gadgets and widgets and wadgets. They don't want to build cell phones with their hands, their big, strong hands, doing a little thing.
This is the absolute buffoon that nearly half of the country's voters chose to lead our country.
In the first campaign where Hillary Clinton was about 4 states too early, and she was talking about how bad coal was and how they were going to teach coal miners how to make widgets and gadgets and technology, which they didn't want to do. They want to mine. One thing I learned about the coal miners, that's what they want to do. You could give them a penthouse on Fifth Avenue and a different kind of a job, and they'd be unhappy. They want to mine coal. That's what they love to do. And she was going to put them in a high-tech industry where you make little cell phones and things. I don't know. Do you think he'd be good at that? I don't know.
I would be.
You don't want to be.
Seriously, how dumb does he think we are? Out-of-touch comments about penthouses aside, who in their right mind would turn down an opportunity for a different job with, at the bare minimum, comprehensive paid training, equal pay and benefits to their previous mining job, and none of the mountain of health risks, injuries, stress on their families, and other harmful liabilities that come along with coal mining? These workers deserve so much better than the conditions they are subjected to on a daily basis. And if the Trump administration actually cared about bringing manufacturing back to the country and bolstering the working class, our tax dollars would be used to establish job programs in the forgotten areas of America, where the majority of these coal miners live, so they don't feel like their only option for survival is coal mining, much like their ancestors before them. And after all that, if a worker still chooses to continue mining, then that's their choice and more power to them. But these people deserve to have legit options for different careers to break the cycle these corporations have trapped them into for decades, and in some cases, centuries. Jamil Hill had the same reaction as we did to Trump's bonkers comments. The sheer audacity of him effectively telling these workers to shut up and get back to the mines after never having put in a hard day's work of physical labor in his entire life tells you all you need to know about how he views anyone that is not a part of the 1%. And the sooner his base of support realizes that their economic interests align more with their left-leaning neighbors than a silver spoon fail-son like Trump and his billionaire buddies, the better off all of us will be.
Deregulatory efforts. This afternoon, I'm also granting immediate relief to 47 companies operating 66 coal plants, very big ones all over the country, recusing and making them available for coal production almost in the immediate future, but we're going to be crushing Biden-era environmental restrictions. These are restrictions that made it impossible to do anything having to do, frankly, with energy, even beyond coal. It's really beyond even coal. We have clean air.
Just so we're clear, deregulating industries, especially one like coal mining, more often than not ends up harming the workers and the communities they live in the long run because, well, corporations now have the green light to loosen safety protocols, increase hours and workloads for their workers, and ignore previously established environmental regulations with less regulatory oversight, just to name a few examples. Deregulation is only good for the small club of already rich people at the top of these businesses, not the workers. Hey guys, quick break in the action. I have a new show coming out called The Rick Strom Show. It is going to be awesome. I'm interviewing musicians, athletes, producers, writers, journalists, authors, sports doctors. Go check it out at youtube.com/@TheRickStromShow. Also be sure to throw me a follow on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky. It can all be found in the description box below. Thank you.
We have clean water, and now we have clean coal, and at the same time, we're gonna do other things and with other forms of technology and also energy, like our country has never really seen before and never been known to do before because of all sorts of restrictions having to do with the Green New Scam.
Just to hammer that point home about having the interests of the workers in mind, Virginia NPR affiliate WHRO which is also on the chopping block from the Republican Party's push to eliminate funding for public broadcasters like NPR and PBS, featured an interview from reporter Yuki Noguchi discussing the gutting of the coal workers' health surveillance program from the CDC with the son of a West Virginia doctor who treated black lung from coal miners and now runs a law firm specializing in representing sick coal miners. The firm relies heavily on the data collected by the now cut program to make their cases and protect the rights of coal miners. And his firm's job just got infinitely more difficult. Noguchi also spoke with Dr. Scott Laney, who was put on leave on April 1st as part of the Trump admin's sweeping federal spending cuts, explaining that the program's equipment, databases, and medical records have been completely abandoned, just like the coal miners who literally need programs like these to survive. Dr. Laney also told Noguchi that his team's work reduced the rate of the deadly black lung disease found in lifelong coal miners from 40% to 5% since it was established in 1969. To be frank, more coal miners are going to die while generating profits for their wealthy bosses if programs like the Coal Workers' Health Surveillance Program get slashed from the federal budget just to give even more billions of dollars to our military or the billionaire class.
Last week, my job was RIFT, along with our entire institute. What we do at NIOSH is look out for the health and safety of all U.S. workers. I specifically work with the Coal Workers Health Surveillance Program. This provides x-rays to coal miners in the United States. That program's been shuttered. And so if a miner gets early stages of black lung, we can provide them the opportunity to move out of that dusty environment to another part of the mine that doesn't have so much exposure to slow down the disease progression. That program has been entirely shut down. Everyone's devastated, and I mean, there's a level of devastation, personal devastation of no longer having a job themselves. But after a few days, all of the conversation that I've been having with my colleagues has been real stress about the impact that our work not being conducted is going to have on the U.S. working populace, that firefighter deaths are going to go uninvestigated, that cancer registries for firefighters are going to be closed, that the masks that we all had during COVID-19 that NIOSH certifies, that laboratory has been shut down. And so I think that there is a lot of concern that the next disaster that may be facing a U.S. workplace, we won't be able to respond.
Take it from the man himself. In a properly functioning society, people like Dr. Laney and the work he and his team were doing for the American people should be celebrated and revered. But that's sadly not the reality we're living in, where workers are viewed as expendable tools for profit extraction, not real human beings who deserve dignity and respect.
My small team and I are not going to be dissuaded. We appreciate the human tragedy that this is because we live in it. We see it at the grocery store, in the post office. We see the oxygen tanks at the high school basketball games. We go to the Black Lung Support Group meetings. We go to the funerals. Despite the seemingly hopeless enormity of it all, and the massive corporate and political pressure that wants us to turn a blind eye, we are not going to be deterred from our mission. We are going to keep on doing what we're doing. This is what we signed up for when we went into EIS in the first place. We're going to keep on doing basic epidemiology and public health surveillance in the middle of this public health crisis. What I'm going to do, what we're going to do, is get back into that GSA we drove down here in and drive straight back to West Virginia on this weekend and continue to talk out and use science and SAS and every other public health tool that we have at our disposal to eradicate black lung once and for all.
Dr. Laney delivered this powerful speech nearly a year ago to this day, and what a difference just 1 year and change in presidential administrations can make. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. and or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.